Hi ladies, it's the end of April and I'm just getting to the videos for our March card club. I'm very sorry about that, but let's get started because this one is, I hope you can sit down and do all 5 of these cards at once. The most labor intensive part is punching out the triangles, but really it goes quickly, and if you do them all at once, I think you'll be able just to sit down, do the cards, and get them all done in one shot. So go ahead and pull out all your kit supplies, everything that you see here. We're going to work with the Friendly Phrases stamp set, and the one that we're using is the Wow, You're the Best, and all we're going to use though is the You're the Best from that. We're not going to ink up the wow part. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start by cutting out my triangles. So go ahead and take a strip of this designer series paper. As you can see in mine, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of designer series paper. That just means, you know, you can choose this side for some, this side for others. Just choose the colors and patterns that you like the best, and go ahead and start punching out the triangles. Now you try to conserve the paper by only punching on the smaller triangle side. If you're trying to punch straight like this, you'll get a triangle, but you'll waste all of this paper as well. So flip it over and do it upside down. Go ahead and punch out. Why don't you do 5 of each color, and then you'll have all 5 triangles ready for your 5 card samples. So go ahead and punch, get those triangles all punched out, and put them in a pile off to the side. Okay, now that you have all of your triangles punched out, put those off to the side in a pile, and pull out your stamp set, Friendly Phrases, and put your Wow, You're the Best stamp on a block. Grab some Post-it notes. You will also need some baby wipes, and pull out your blender pen. I found a technique online that will help us to erase the ink off of the top part of the stamp that says Wow, where we don't want it. You'll need your paper snips, the decorative label punch, and a piece of white cardstock. Now this is a tricky part, so it may take me a couple of times to do it as well. The time I did the sample, I did it perfectly the first time, so go figure. Hopefully it will happen that way on the video. Okay, so, and I'm working around a tripod here, so bear with me. Okay, go ahead and get your ink pad out. You want to focus getting, inking up the bottom part, but don't worry if you get a little bit on the bottom of the wow. So I'm going to just ink it up kind of on the edge there, and around on that swirly part, curly Q. I'm going to grab my baby wipes, and I'm going to just wipe off all of the visible ink that I can see. Guess that's what visible means. And then I'm just going to, for good measure, grab my blender pen, and the blender pen will just pick up any of the color that's on there. It works as an eraser. Alright. Okay, now stamp that on this long skinny piece of your white cardstock. I've measured it out to fit into your decorative label punch nicely. So go ahead. Oh, and that didn't work, did it? So you can kind of see a little bit of the wow come through. I'm going to start over. Just really erase this stamp well with your baby wipe, or if you have a cleaner, the Stampin' cleaner, that works well too. Okay, here we go again. Sorry, put that back up. And we have kids in the neighborhood playing. Yay! Okay, so here we go again. I'm going to try to do this one more time, just so we have nothing on that wow. I'm just going to run my finger over it. If I had a Kleenex or a tissue, you might want to do that too. Make sure that wow is completely dry. And Here we go. Stamp it on the white. There we go. Woohoo! Alright, second time's a charm. So then, alright, so you want to pull out your decorative label punch. We're going to want to punch on the bottom here. Okay, now this is where the sticky note comes in handy, because if you wanted to put this back in and punch out just that top part off, you can't fit it in. So grab a sticky note, place it right there on that. See where I want to put it. I think I want to put it there. It kind of acts as a handle, so you can go ahead and fit that back into the decorative label. Now the key for this is to line up this point with this point. So you're going to use your paper snips and you're going to just trim that straight down. And same over here. If you can line up this point with that point so they're fairly straight. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're just eyeballing this anyway. But just keep in mind you're going to use your paper snips and trim that off. Okay, punch that out. Grab your paper snips. Like I said, you just want to trim straight down. Kind of curve it off there. And we're going to attach this with dimensionals after we're finished with the card. Okay, yay, tricky part done. So that was the hardest part of the card. So you can have that set aside. And go ahead and grab your card base. And one of the purple strips, Raspberry Ripple, I like to put it about 1/3 of the way up. You can measure, just grab a couple of your triangles and eyeball where it's going to go. So that needs to come down just a little bit before you adhere it. And again, I do a lot of my, see, that needs to come down even more. I do a lot of my card making by eyeballing things, so I apologize if you need the exact measurements. I don't really have that, so eyeball there and there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just attach the bottom Raspberry Ripple piece, and then I'll attach all of the triangles. And when I'm finished with the triangles, then I will attach the top Raspberry Ripple piece. And this will go all the way to the edge on this side and all the way to the edge on this side. Okay, now one of these triangles is cut into half here and here. Go ahead and grab your paper snips and cut it in half, and then attach it. And everything else can be just eyeballed based off of where you want that to go. I put mine right on the edge there, and then I left a small border in between this triangle and this piece, this triangle and this piece, and this triangle and this triangle. I left a bit of a border. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I like it to be all symmetrical. So go ahead and put adhesive on all your triangles, and then put adhesive on your top Raspberry Ripple piece, and I'll be right back. I'm going to do that, and I'll be back. Okay, now that I've gotten all of my triangles adhered and the top purple strip adhered, I go ahead and put a couple of dimensionals on the back of that saying "You're the best," and put it over the bottom purple wherever you'd like it. And find your flower. Go ahead and just push up some of those petals, give it some dimension. And you can use your snail to adhere this to the top if you don't want it to give too much dimension to your card. But again, I like my dimensionals and I like things popped up, so I'm going to go ahead and put a dimensional on it. Stick it, and if you even want it to stick up more. I like to put my petals, bend my petals up a little bit. Grab your paper snips and your pearls. Oh, and don't do that. There we go. Oh goodness, this is not working. Okay, so try to get it in the center of your flower. There it is. Okay. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Okay, there we go. Now you have your card all ready and set to go.